Right. Thank you guys. Welcome to tonight's TLC team call. I'm excited to chat with you about running your best challenge group. I know that it's often a topic, but it was something that I started doing like long before I ever had any coaches on my team. I was running like challenge groups. I was running success groups. I was looking to help people that wanted help with their health and fitness. I knew how that impactful that had been for me. So I was just like, this seems like the best way to pay it forward. Let's put everyone together and do this. And of course, in the beginning, I had absolutely zero clue what to do. I ran many groups that didn't do so great. People didn't participate. Everyone was really quiet and not sure what to post or not sure what to do. And I think what's changed over time is setting a clear expectation and consistency. I will say that's probably been the difference maker, where initially I would like try something and it wouldn't work. Or should I use the challenge tracker app, or should I use a Facebook app? And the real secret was it didn't really matter which one I picked or which one I did. I just needed to pick it and be consistent with it. So I don't think I can see everyone here on one screen, but just show of hands, I'm curious, like how many people use Facebook to run a group? Quite a lot that I can see. Okay, how many run just in the challenge tracker app? What did I see, like one hand, maybe two? Okay. How many don't run a group? Couple? Okay. How many are in a group, like either our TLC accountability crew and participating, or participating in their coaches group? Some of that too. Okay. So you guys are like, everyone's familiar with what it is. And I mean, my story is very different. I came in when there were no challenge groups. There weren't even challenge bags. And I started, I had to buy everything individually for $120 to get started. And then I occasionally emailed my coach if I had a question. That's how I spent the first part of my journey. So honestly, when I became a coach, I had no idea that this whole challenge group world existed. And how I really got my start was like, I was just like, I feel like I would be much more accountable to my goals if I had someone else to check in with every day. So I just started running little free groups. Honestly, I was just like looking to connect with people for a week, teach them how to like eat healthier, eat cleaner. And I would introduce them, to Shakeology and the workout I was doing. And that's actually how I brought on a lot of customers in the beginning, was just running like these little free challenges, these little free groups. And of course, I knew nothing really about Facebook prior to this business. I had 160 friends on here. So it wasn't like I totally knew what I had going on. I didn't. But I think that's the biggest thing in anything you do, in any business you start. There's only like so much learning you can do. The rest you just have to like jump in and figure it out. And so that's kind of how I always run at this business. And that's sort of how I've taken to challenge groups. And so I've just kind of learned along the way, the past several years, what really works, not only for me, but what I feel like kind of fits and suits my customers. So what fits and suits your customer might be a little bit different. So I'm going to kind of run through everything that I have been doing that I feel like is working for me. If you guys have some thoughts or questions along the way, you're free to share that in the chat. If you have something that you feel like is working really well for you, I would love for you to jump in and share with me what that is. And I'll address it up front of everything. If you're thinking, I'm just starting, I only have one person, I only have two people, I don't have enough for a group, your options are to always do a check-in thread or a check-in chat, or it could be a text. I actually have a customer who told me, she said, I don't have Facebook And she said, is there another way I can check in with you? And I said, yeah, you can text me every day. Let me know you got your workout done, your shake drink, right? So there are other options out there for sure. Absolutely. So I just feel like it's important to let people know that there are options. But if you're a coach and you'd really like to run one on Facebook or the Challenge Tracker app, you kind of want to go all in, because I will tell you, probably half of my coaches or so come from the challenge group experience. They get in, they try it, they fall in love with a program or a product. They have results. Friends, family members, coworkers are asking them what they're doing, and they're probably faced with the same decision I was several years ago, was like, well, do I refer all these people to my coach, or do I just sign up and do this and maybe I'll make like $100 a week? So I went with option number 2. So I feel like for many of you, the challenge group experience creates customers who love the programs, love the products, basically become little influencers for what Beachbody is and is all about. And the larger and bigger and more fun your challenge group is, the more people you have checking in there, getting results, the more coaches you're going to bring onto your team at the end of the day too. So I sit down every Sunday and kind of map out my week. And that includes my accountability group. That is the first thing I do on Sunday. When I sit down to work, I make my meal plan for the week. And I don't make a crazy, complicated meal plan for some of you that have been through it. It is my dinners, basically, or my bread and butter of my meal plan. Because if I know what I'm having for dinner, I know what to grocery shop for. My breakfasts are pretty similar. My lunches are pretty similar. I plan out dinners. And I got a great tip from my coach, Caitlin, actually. She had talked about how she always cooks once, eats twice. And I thought, that is brilliant. I want to be doing more of that. So I actually do a lot of that with my challengers. I feel like most busy moms don't want to be in the kitchen cooking 5 or 6 nights a week. I don't. Does anyone? Like, if I can make stuff for tacos and make it into something else the next night, or I can make salmon tonight and repurpose it tomorrow night, like, I am so down. And I really find probably 90% of my recipes right on Pinterest. So I hop on there, I look for things I like. I do a lot of fish, seafood, steak, chicken, like everything. Occasionally I'll throw in like a pasta dish or something with zoodles. So mix it up. Tons of favorites. So that's the first thing I create, and I share that with them every Sunday afternoon, because I'm literally using it too, and that's what I use to be able to buy and order my groceries. I'll share the recipes that correspond with the new recipes that we're trying for the week, and then throughout the week, I also share them into the group. So maybe Monday, Wednesday, Friday, however it lines up. I'll also share a Shakeology recipe, and sometimes like a snack recipe, a breakfast idea, a lunch idea. I will share that so that it all can get pinned and save all of the recipes and organize them in the units. So they're easily locatable if you're using a Facebook group. They're easily locatable for you to go back and find that omelet, find that salad, find that favorite taco recipe, find my favorite barbacoa recipe. Like, all that kind of stuff is in there. And because I share them as a post throughout the week, I'm able to add them to a unit. So that's kind of like the basis of what gets done on Sunday. I also typically share like a Monday morning check-in or like a motivational type post, like, get up, let's get going. And then every single night, Monday through Friday, I schedule a check-in, and it's about 7 o'clock every night. And we check in on water, workouts, Shakeology, and healthy eating. Those are the 4 things. Sometimes I'll add like a fun one, like, tell me how you made your shake today. Tell me what workout you did. I'm trying to think of like some of the other ones I've done. And I mean, I have fun with it. I use like little emojis to enhance things. Tell me the best thing about your Friday, about whatever. You can kind of have some fun with it. And I feel like that's been a really good spot for customers to come back at the end of the night. They've worked out, they've had their shake, they've made their meals, and like share a bit about their day. And it's kind of fun to like go through and read about, they had their best workout or they're down 2 more pounds. And I found that the girls that begin to like really participate and share in the group, crazy as it seems, they're the girls that are actually getting real results. They're showing up every day for themselves. They're also participating in the groups, walking out that journey, sharing a before and after in there, even though they're like, oh my God, I'm so scared. But I think that's huge. But I let them know up front, right? I send them an email welcoming them to my accountability crew. Here's the link. I'm excited to have you join. And I let them know in the email and in their welcome post in the group, when I welcome them to the group, I let them know that the best accountability is showing up for themselves every day. Like, I expect you to be here, participate, be an active member in the community. And I also say in my email, I'm already looking forward to your after photo. Like, and I can't tell you how many times, like, I get an email back saying, oh my God, here's my before photo. And they're like, I'm so ready for that after. So it's just like that next commitment level. I know I've heard of a couple of coaches have people sign contracts. And I've even seen a couple of like cute ones where you like sign this contract pledging to do whatever for the next 30 days. Honestly, I'm a bit just too much of a sapphire for that. I'm not really an emerald that would like keep your contract. That would just get lost in my email. But I mean, I feel like those kinds of ideas are really great. So the next idea I'm exploring, and I've just started to put some work into this, but I keep every customer that has joined my challenge group, I save their email. They go into a current customers folder in my streak. So they're in my email, all organized. And I'm going to start emailing them every Sunday. I think Sunday, maybe Monday. I'm going to kind of play around with it. But the whole idea is to, like, one, remember this group is here, link you back to it. But like, just a reminder, I shared my meal plan for the week. Reminder, there's nightly check-ins. Maybe sharing like an inspirational tip, a motivational Monday. They're already in that group. And so sometimes I feel like that, like, reminder of like, oh yeah, I need to go check in there. Or, oh yeah, I kind of want to see what's going on. Or, okay, I need to recommit and start on Monday and talk to my coach about restarting. I feel like it's a good little reminder for them. Does anyone else do something like that yet? What, Finn? I have a visitor. Oh, good night. Sleep tight. Night. Mom, coach. Is anyone else doing like an email type thing to their challengers, like a newsletter? I wasn't going to make it I'm not going to do it in MailChimp. I'm just going to do it through email. Like a check-in. Not even a check-in. Just like a, hey, this is what's up in the community. Make sure you pop over there and check it out. Okay, monthly, not weekly. I used to, but now I want to. Yeah, in individual, Streak will let you like email everyone that's in like a folder in your pipeline. So if you put everyone in like a current customer pipeline and they're all the girls like in your accountability group, you can send them all a message together. So that's really nice. And yeah, that's the biggest thing with MailChimp that I've noticed too, Jade, is that sometimes I feel like I get lost in the spam folder. So I'm thinking if I do this just through my email, it also feels a little more personal for someone to like get that email and be like, oh my God, I haven't been in that group in a month. I've totally fallen off track. I just keep eating s'mores and margaritas. I don't know. And like, easy way to like be able to like instantly just email me back and say like, okay, I need to recommit and do this. Like, I know I'm still in there, but I've just been checked out. I know. I feel like MailChimp goes to spam a lot. Yeah, Beth, I feel you. I figured, Anita. I feel like that was the big thing for me. I just had to have like somewhere where I kept everyone. And I always, for customers and coaches, I keep everyone's email. So that for me is huge in keeping things like a little streamlined and organized. Like, oh, I can find you again. No, I want s'mores. Great. Sorry, guys. So the other thing I have done and played around with, and I actually plan to do it some more, so my name like on Instagram, Facebook is The Real Fit Housewife. So I'm actually talking to a company right now about making some like hats and tank tops that say The Real Fit Housewives on them, with the thought that my challengers, once they complete like the first 30 days or the first program, can start to earn like a hat or a tank top to wear, just something sort of fun. You could do anything. I've found like little prizes, energized stick packs, shaker cups, water bottles, tank tops. And back at Christmas, I did like a 21-day giveaway, and it was like my favorite things. I gave away my favorite lip balm, my favorite hand moisturizer, fuzzy socks. Like, so I think you can have as much fun with it. But typically when I've done like little prizes like that, how they get to enter is by submitting a before and after. So that's what I'm looking for. Like, just, I want you to get better, feel better about your own results. So even if it is your before photo from 3 months ago when you started and a new photo from the end of May or the end of June, I feel like that's like a really good indicator that they're like sticking with this journey and like, here's my entry, and you know, I want to win this month's t-shirt or whatever you decide to do. Yeah. And submitting, I honestly, admittedly, need to do more with the Beachbody Challenge and getting that, like saying like, you guys should submit your results, like you can win. I've had a coach that's won $26,000 in the Beachbody Challenge. Like, that's amazing. But yeah, that's a really good idea, Erica. I'm going to have to add that to my list to remind them to submit their results, because you just never know. So yeah. Okay. The main PDF I have in my challenge group is how to work bod. That seems to be the biggest question. I'm like, I am not techie. Like, find someone who is, and here's like all the information on how to do it. And then I keep all of my recipes, and I'm happy to share on the team page how I organize that if you guys want to see a screenshot of what that looks like. Yeah, that's awesome. Candace, you might make you come on the screen. How are you asking them to submit? Are you just posting in your challenge group and reminding them to submit, or they're doing it on their own?
Yeah, I just basically keep hounding them. Like, as soon as I know somebody posts that they finish, and I just ask them to share in the group to help motivate other girls. And as long as it's in our like private group, they don't mind sharing.
Sure.
And then, so I tell them after they do that, like enter it. And the biggest problem that I found as to why people don't is because they don't know how. As weird as that sounds, there's a tab. It says Beachbody Challenge. It seems like pretty explanatory, but like they just really are clueless. So on my phone, because most of my ladies work off their phone, like they're constantly like everything's done on their phone versus checking in onto Facebook from a group, or not a group, but a laptop. But so what I did on my phone is I recorded myself going to the Team Beachbody page from
That's such a good idea.
My phone and showing them where, like, click this button, and I basically just walked through the whole thing. And then it was like a 15-second video. I sent it to them, And like, I sent it to 5 people. I'm like, you need to do this. It takes 5 minutes. Go do it. And so they have, and they like shared in group that they received the tank. Like they posted, they're like, look at what I got today. And so I encouraged, as soon as I knew somebody else like sent me a private message saying, oh, I got my shirt, I encouraged them to post in there. And just seeing everybody posting that they got their tank, other people were like, oh, we can get a tank, like we can get a tank top from doing this, like how? And so it was like a trickle effect.
That's awesome. I love that. All right, I'm adding that to the list because that I remember. I admittedly have not submitted to the challenge in years. I did when I like first started Beachbody, and I had like those first results from doing Chalene Extreme, and then when they didn't pick me, I was like mad. I was like, oh. So I haven't submitted since. All right, so a couple of you have asked to see how I organize the recipe, so I think I can just screen share and show this with you quick. If I can find out where I am. Okay, here I go. Too many tabs open. Can you guys see that? This is my group, and these are all my recipes. Everything's in here, and I kind of go through and organize it. So like typically most of the breakfast stuff, lunch stuff should be at the top. These are all like dinner recipes. I also share into here like different Shakeology recipes I find. It's trying to close on me. And then like just different snacks. And a lot of these are like Beachbody. I either got them from like the Beachbody blog, and they might use like Recover or Daily Sunshine or Shakeology within the recipe. So like no bake Shakeology cookies, Shakeology candy bars, like all sorts of stuff like that. So I've gone in and found that stuff. So like I said, I'll typically do 3 dinners a week, like a snack type recipe or a shake recipe. And then I will, have a motivational post, and then typically maybe like a breakfast or lunch idea. I feel like I eat really boring breakfasts and lunches. Not the best one to ask. Rachel, I'm back to... You get notified. So I do know that. I had a coach that won like a monthly Beachbody challenge. So she won the monthly, and she got $500, and they email you. So she got $500. I got, I think, $100 for being her coach. And we were notified at the same time from someone at Beachbody that handles this. And then she made like the quarterly. She was a finalist. And so then she won again. She won like $2,500, and I won like $500. Like, that's awesome. And then she made it to the final. She was on stage at Summit like 4 years ago, and won. She came in second. She came in second. So she won $25,000 for that, and I won $5,000. Like, how cool is that? She was on stage. She looked amazing. And the grand prize winner, Carmen, won $100,000. So, like, kind of cool. It was kind of cool to be up there for all of that. And no, Gina, sorry, I can go back, you guys. I do not make the recipes complicated. Like I said, they come from Pinterest. And so you guys do not overcomplicate this. I mean, I like to cook, you guys, but like, I'm not a gorgeous photo taker. I'm not a great blogger. I wish. So there's all sorts of different recipes in here. So like sweet potato fries. Let's click over. Sorry, my internet's going to decide to run really slow with everything open. Oh no. Oh, here it goes. All right. It's just like a little snippet. It says still love fries, but I like to make my own in the air fryer. I took the picture from Pinterest or the blog, and I link the recipe that I've used. That's it. Like, I'm not making these like crazy like burger bowls. These are not my photos. I mean, I don't know, when I make a fish taco bowl, it doesn't look like that. Does anyone else's? Like, mine doesn't. So I leave the food bloggers to take gorgeous photos. I find the recipes, try them out, share them. And sometimes I say, like, I haven't tried this yet, but it looks amazing, so it's on the menu for this week. So if that helps. Don't overcomplicate it. Like, the reason that I am able to do this every Sunday is because, I mean, I kind of have like a little system down. I make the meal plan, and let me stop my share here. I make the meal plan, I pick out the recipes, I put it all together, I put the check-ins together, and all of it gets pre-scheduled for the week. So I feel like I can just show up in my own challenge group, in my own accountability group, and participate. I've made the cilantro lime chicken tacos this week. Tonight we had the honey mustard salmon. In a couple days, I'm making the Cajun shrimp and sausage sheet pan meal. Like, I do it too. And I also check in on the nightly polls with my Water My Shakeology. Sometimes I'll share my workout photo or one of my meal photos. Like, I just try and participate right along with them, right? Like, to me, that's the whole point in being a coach. I mean, I'm still on my journey. I'm still doing this thing. All right, you guys. It's already like 8:27. How'd that happen? All right. Does anyone have any questions or like anything else we need to touch on, or something that you're doing with your crew that is working exceptionally well?
Hey, Leslie.
Yes.
About the before and afters. In Mexico last year on the Success Club trip next to the pool, I just met someone. I don't do a great job on getting them to submit them, I'll admit that. But one thing that really changed my group was doing albums. So everyone creates their own album. So it'll be like, and they do like a funny cover photo. They never do the before picture first, because that's the cover photo of the album. Okay. So you might want to do a family picture, and they name it like Trishelle's Journey, or, you know, some of them come up with some pretty funny stuff. And then before we start any round, so like before we did lift 4, then everyone goes in and does their befores, their measurements, their weights. They put them in the comments. And so throughout the whole journey, if someone's been there for 2 years, we started this year, you know, you can go back and see, and they update it, their afters after each program. So it just kind of gets them excited again every time. And some people have a problem posting it, and so I just ask them to send it to me. Okay. But I do incentivize them with like everyone that does it gets put in, and then I draw for a shirt or something, and so that really gets them to do it. And it's fun. So everyone, it's weird. I think I started at the beginning of the year, and now like we just ended a program and everyone's just automatically doing it now.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. And it's just fun in the group to see everyone's albums and watch them change.
Right?
And change, like back to back to back.
Well, and I think that's really great accountability too.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, really fun. Okay, I love that idea. Any other ideas? I think everyone was like, oh my gosh, I love that. I wish I'd kept more before photos or taken. I feel like I keep using like some of the same old photos, like if I want to do like comparison over the years, and I'm just like, I was really bad at taking photos back then. I wish my coach would have told me like, take more. You'll want them someday. Yeah, that's a really great way for them to find their stuff. So every time someone adds something to their album, does it pop back up in the feed?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
So yeah, if someone was uncomfortable with that, like in terms of like sharing in the beginning, they might not.
I just tell them to send it I tell them to just directly send it to me or their coach. Yeah. because and very few people, once everyone starts doing it, I'm kind of amazed at them. I mean, because they're like in sports bras and I'm like, wow, good for them. But it was amazing to see that them like lined up back to back to back in the pictures and see the results. You can't hide from that. So if you've done program after program and you're not getting,
right. So Heather had a question, Trishelle. How'd you initially get them on board with it? Were you just like, hey, this is what we're doing? Is it in your initial email? Did you just do it first?
I did a video. I went in live and said, hey, I want to start this. I think and I always say, from a genuine place, I hate before pictures more than anyone. Like, it's an emotional thing for me. Every time I've lost 100 pounds, and even after losing it, every single time it's like I want to cry.
Nope.
Every time. So I get it, and I tell them that. Like, I really, really get it. But it is part of the process, and trust the process. If you don't get it now and you hate doing it now, that's okay. I understand, but you will thank me later. It's just like you said, Leslie, who does not wish they had more? I
know. Now I'm like, oh, why didn't I take one like then? Or it's like I just avoided the camera, so I have none.
Right, exactly. Yeah, you have pictures of your kids.
Yes, with them standing right in front of me.
Exactly.
Oh, well, thank you. I love that idea. Like, that's really fun. I don't know. I'm going to have to see if maybe that will fly in my crew. All right. Was there anything else you guys have questions on, you want to talk about? Nothing else? All right. Well, I want you guys to go out there and really focus on trying to run your best challenge group. But before it's ever going to be your best, you're just going to be consistent at it. It's just like your health and fitness journey. Before I had my, best body or, whatever, my health got better, I had to be consistent with the journey that I was on. So you can't get frustrated after 2 weeks or 2 months. Like, really just have to kind of roll with it, build that community in there, make sure you're showing up every day. And like I said, I say Monday through Friday because I am like a normal person. I'm not a health coach robot. I like Saturdays with my family. I do my Friday night check-in, and then I unplug, watch a movie, hang out, chill, do stuff with my family. Like, I really honor that time, and I feel like my customers should too. I'm typically not in there all on Saturday. If they want to start a check-in and do it for themselves, that's awesome. And then, like I said, Sunday afternoon time, I'll come back on and share the meal plan and kind of get the week restarted. And I do occasionally do like a few little lives, especially if I notice like a topic that's consistent, like struggling on weekends or Fridays or whatever, or just like a little tip, or if I learned something. In fact, I was actually thinking I'm going to do one this week about how to, I've talked about this a little bit before, but like how to like lessen the calorie or sugar load in like a weekend cocktail. Like little things like that people can actually like, oh, I never thought about just doing club soda and, a stir liquid enhancer with my vodka. Little things, right? So little things like that they can use in their everyday life. Heather said, does anyone ever do a weekly Q&A? I could. I feel like if I start to get some similar like repeat questions, that typically deserves like a live or something to be covered. Oh, that's a good idea. Erica uses a prep week. How to set up Access BOD, meal plan and prep, supplement line. I like that. What flavoring do I use in my shakes? It's a stevia. I put chocolate stevia in my cafe latte because, Frappuccinos, which I've never actually ordered one at Starbucks, but that is just what I imagine they taste like. Okay, Jessica's going to start a weekly Q&A. Let us know how it goes. Are you getting the questions before you go live? Or are you like telling them you're going to do a Q&A and they're going to hop on? It's kind of a fun idea. I could see maybe doing it like if you just had a group like right kickoff. And I didn't tell you guys this. I mean, maybe it's just goes without saying, but I run an ongoing group. So like it kind of becomes like this community family, like they're all like supporting each other. So it really, I mean, it's so funny because occasionally I'll have like customers who are already in say like, well, I want in for this group too. And I'm like, it's the same group, like you're in, you're good. You know what I mean? It's marketing. It's marketing, right? More people are willing to join if there's a deadline. So it's like Monday, actually we're starting Tuesday right after Memorial Day holiday, like jump in. But if they wanted to start, tonight, they could, right? Yeah. Yeah. And someone else mentioned Zoom calls, but people weren't necessarily hopping on. Yeah. I haven't had much luck doing Zooms, like, or even like live workouts. And then everyone wants them at 6 a.m. and that's just not happening over here. No. And Beth, I don't run it in the Challenge Tracker app. I run it on Facebook. So I don't have to change the end date on mine. Like I just typically pick a name, or I say like I'm starting Monday and I do a countdown to promote it, a list to promote it, 5 spots, 10 spots, whatever. And then, yeah, if you're using the Challenge Tracker app, you have to keep moving the end date if you're doing an ongoing, like a lifetime group.
Hey, Leslie.
Yeah.
So I've been doing like small challenges that don't involve any like counting or like point system. It's kind of just like like 3 times a week. Like, hey, today is like 25 squats, or today is like 25-second plank hold. But then I make like take a picture and comment below that post, and then I don't know if you guys see, but you can add a topic to that post, so then you can circle back and then you can just like check that way to see who commented, and then just do a raffle, which is like,
okay, that's a fun idea.
10 times better than counting everyone and just like,
Right. Just throwing in a little extra challenge. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And Beth, it's up to you. I don't think it matters if you use Facebook or the Challenge Tracker app. I like the Challenge Tracker app. I've used it before. I feel like I do miss out a little bit on like that more personal connection with having them on Facebook. And I don't know why. Maybe it's because I can see like their gorgeous smiling face and click over to their profile and check and see what their kids did today, whatever. So no, I don't really think it matters, as long as whatever you pick, you just like stick with it and you're consistent and you go all in and you're like, this is my community and this is what I'm growing and this is what I'm going to do. And you just, kind of bring that community together. Those are, I think, the girls that are your future coaches, those are your customers who are going to fall in love with Beachbody and send you all the friends from their kids' school because, she looks amazing and now they all want to do it too. So I feel like that's the biggest thing. Get in there and help them have the best experience. And at the end of the day, I guess I'll end on this. It is their journey. They are adults. They are responsible for showing up, working out, drinking their shake, eating healthier, and getting results. I cannot come to their house and make them do it, right? So like there's some own personal responsibility involved in that. And I hope that's a breath of fresh air for everyone, that, you are completely and totally up to you, and so are your customers. I have people who are, like, well, it was too hard to do the check-ins every night, or, whatever happened. And at the end of the day, right, I can only do so much, right, to get them to show up in the group, to get them to do their workout, and the rest is up to them. And I mean, that's true for all of you out there running groups, and you feel like, the babes you got in there just aren't showing up or aren't doing the things. Of course, go have the conversation, but sometimes maybe it's not the right time, or the program isn't the right fit, or there's something else going on. But that, typically is not you. Most people, it's like some hold up, something else going on. And I mean, before I ever had enough people to run my own group, I ran my group with another coach. It was like I had 4 and she had 5, and it was like together we had a group. But then once we kind of like grew big enough, we separated those. But in the beginning, that was kind of a really nice like thing, because there were definitely always a few of us participating versus just like me in there solo. All right, guys, I hope this helped. If there are any additional questions you have, things you want to know about, you're welcome to ask in the team page or throw it in tonight's event, and I will make sure to circle back and answer any questions or get you screenshots or examples of anything you want to see. Thank you, guys. Have a good night. See you soon. Enjoy your evening. See ya.